unless you're like last
Holy
pick or
crap,
so.
these teams are coming out of counting quickly. But they're in a hurry to get this early game over. Those TPs felt like they came out faster than normal. We have VG.Strom putting down 2 wards. Interesting wards. So one of them blocks the camp. This one's cool. This one, the right ward for VG.Strom, the right side of the dire jungle, is a little bit curious to me. I wonder what it's attempting to spot out. My guess is that they want to see if there's any movement coming from the enemy supports, but an interesting point. See if that actually ends up seeing anyone.
Yeah, so it does look like the lane matchup as expected. Sumail is going to take towards the mid on a Nyx Assassin and have the aggressively postured Jakiro off lane. Flea in a great position to pop this smoke. Should do so momentarily. Be able to make it just out of range. And they are. Towards this bounty room. Crit. Hasn't skilled the charge just yet, but will now. Chilling touch is there. They'll get right in the face of Snaking. They get the slow off with the chilling touch. Well, they'll force him to skill surge, and he will drop. That is a big detriment to the laning stage for the Darkseer, as Universe picks up the bounty rune. It'll be a 3-for-1 bounty rune trade for the Evil Genius's side, and the first blood netted by that trio.
It's a massive detriment, right? He has to start with Surge now, and maybe it's not necessary. I mean, now that he has Surge, if EG do a good job of zoning out the Darkseer, there's nothing that's due to
out of my way!
manage this lane. The one thing VGs don't have going for them is that they're going to win this mid lane by default, right? Just because of the ledge. So, I mean, EG, they decided to go with this aggro dual lane.
Flea going to be scouted as well here by the ward. Well aware of his presence in this bottom lane. For the time being, it is kind of the 1v1. Lifestealer's got a pretty good matchup against Lone Druid, as the Feast scales nicely against the raw health of that bear. But it seems like Stan King has made his way over to the top lane now to try and help out his Lifestealer. A small early advantage in the mid lane, 4-7-4-7, although Sumail though lasting very well.
And Sumail should be more than okay in this lane now that Stanking is open, and maybe Stanking decided that it's more important to shut down this Lone Druid than the Nyx. He rode to the top. The biggest problem with VG.Strom right now is that this Darkseer's still level 1, but it looks like he'll hit level 2 soon with a big creep wave coming to the tower. And that should give
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Universe rolling in. Flea's already used his rolling boulder. They get the charge off. Dual Breath is there as well, and the Liquid Fire connects. He's going to be surged up, and will tick low but not down. As you mentioned, the Ion Shell now secured by Snaking, and will get a lot easier in this lane going forward. Arteezy taking some punishment top. Looks like that'll be all she wrote for now. Is he missing a bear? Has a summon. For now. He sent his bear to do the bounty rune relay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think the bear died just because it doesn't look like the Lifestealer has plus 300 gold. Looks like Sumail is winning the 1v1 matchup here. See, there's a charge coming out, and there is a mana burn on Sumail, so we can cancel this.
There is a leap. Oh, and he gets the bash, but Sumail just not there. Time. Crit will be more than a nuisance here. Nothing being ferried out just yet for 747, so he is a bit susceptible. Another rotation in this lane, and crit up on the high ground. Daytime, they should have vision. Here comes the charge down. Mana burn is there, and that'll be the kill. Perhaps a bit of oversight from 747 sticking around in that lane, and he'll be punished.
That was a good move by Crit as well. Maybe just a little bit from 747. I mean, you never really want to get knocked out of the lane, and that was probably part of his decision-making.
Snacks from the dawn.
Crit actually made a wise decision of leaving bottom, because now that the Darkseer's level 3, there's really not much that he and Jakiro can do together to kill this Darkseer. So Crit manages to net a kill in the mid lane, which is great for him. Moves up to the top lane.
And they've done a decent amount to this Darkseer early on. I mean, Universe has 9 denies on the Jakiro, so they got more than you would expect them to get on paper against the DS in lane. And obviously, mostly by virtue of him losing that first blood and skilling up the Surge. Charge going in mid lane once again. Sumail pretty low in as far as the mana department goes, so unlikely that they net a kill here without some very fortunate bashes or maybe a spike carapace. Crit coming in mid, needs a bash, will not get it. Mana burn is there, and he'll get the bash on the second hit. 17%, paying dividends for EG. Not sure what happened top, but
RTZ got knocked out of the lane, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, good job for VGJ doing that. I mean, I think RTZ just feels threatened just because of the glitch and the at the moment, so.
Yeah, he did opt for the Savage Roar level 2, so that is not all that common. So definitely speaks to your point that he feels a little bit threatened. Like Carapace going to come out mid, keeps Sumail safe for now. Meanwhile, jumping forward, crit again on it with a double damage rune active on a killing spree here. Put down a ward to ensure that he should be able to retreat without eating an arrow. Doesn't have the empowering haste though, and now the roll through. Oh, the charge just in the nick of time. Boulder smash does connect, and they are aware that it has. Crit has a TP. He's going to go for it, and he's going to make it.
Some big outplays for Crit happening here. I mean, every team seems to ban the Spirit Breaker first against Evil Geniuses. I'm starting to see why. I mean, he's getting so much done with the Spirit Breaker. But it also seems like that his team is playing around really well as well, right? Like, Sumail's done a good job of keeping 747 quite low in this mid lane. I mean, things aren't over for VG.Strom. In the early game, it's still a promise. Ritsu's doing well enough in the top lane that I imagine if VG.Strom decide to make a movement in the next couple of minutes, they'll be more than successful as long as they find the right opening.
Yeah, especially when you consider relative to RTZ, who, as you mentioned, not had the easiest time up top here, and the CS is certainly indicative of that start.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane as well, charge through Stand King onto 747. Crit will back away though from tower damage, and to bottom lane, as you mentioned, double Ion Shell up on the Jakiro, and doesn't have any spells to cast, so we'll just do a little bit of a chase around and end up taking a spill.
Bit of
Looks like maybe they shrined here. Your regen rune for Sumail.
Bit of a weird matchup for Universe, because if he gets caught out of position, Jakiro doesn't have any escape mechanism. A nice kill for VG.Strom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Stops the bleeding on their team, I suppose, because they are down. I think the real stories of this game so far is just the lead that Sumail has on 747. I mean, this isn't an easy way to bottom this because bottom doesn't really have any mechanics. Up top.
They're going to look to go in on Ritsu. He's going to eat into the bear, but the bear a little bit too tanky, even without a stout shield. Recovers some health with the open wounds. Going to make it back. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Crit. Just soaking some experience. Has his tranquil boots here, so can traverse the map pretty quickly, even when not using the charge. Meanwhile, mid lane, reflecting the Frost Blast is Sumail. Starstorm going to fly out from 707, keep in that bay.
Marana doesn't really have any mechanics that help her deal with the Nexus has.
Snaking
out
of mana bottom. Give an Ion Shell as well. And Sumail could be in trouble here. They get the silence off. Nicely played by Flea. He gets the Carapace though. And the Vendetta. Arrow, oh, just short from 747 to kill him off. Looks for the Ion Shell, not going to get it. Shrine preemptively popped by Fear. In the meantime, bottom lane, we did see Crit. And I mentioned that Snaking was out of mana, so we did see Crit kind of stalking behind the tower there. And with a charge, Macropyre and the Breathe Fire, they get the kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, they get 747 with Fear joining up with his mid laner. I suppose that was a Vendetta into a Cold Feet. Pale into Cold Feet with a couple of Chilling Touch right clicks.
Very nice exchanges for EG in the last one. I mean, Jakiro's also in its element right now, sieging the bottom tower, which is actually about to fall. And unfortunately for VGJ, they had a nice gank.
Radiant middle tower is under attack.
Once again. But that's alright. Early game definitely going swimmingly here for Evil Geniuses. Take a look at the net worth overall, and they accrued a 4K lead. He's going to reflect the Starstorm mid, does Sumail. He has an Impale in just a second. He's got a Vendetta Strike as well. Is he going to use it? He does not. There was the Ice Armor there. It would have been close, and now he uses it, baiting in 747. Sumail with the patience there. Or perhaps not even realizing he had it to begin with, but then executing the kill. Got killed, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, got killed. Save Bash coming out on Snaking bottom. Macropyre is going to be there as well. The roll forward from Flea. He has got an Ion Shell, and the surge back onto Snaking will keep him alive. Nope, not long enough. And they'll end up trading 1-for-1 bottom lane, and they force in the Stand King rotation. Now Fear is nearby. Universe pretty much out of mana though.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But
attack.
gonna continue to liquid fire away on this tower as Sumail beats into the mid lane tower. So everything coming up EG in this early game. Top lane Ritsu rooted up and is forced to rage here. This could leave him susceptible to the impending crit charge, and Arteezy trying to burst him down here. Does have the resummon in a second. Ritsu no rage available. Will Arteezy chase forward? He does. Couple of right clicks. Surge is going to be there though, and open wounds comes in there into the vacuum. Arteezy going to be brought down. Crit in trouble too. Snake King's rotation. Wow. A big rotation from the Snake King Darkseer into the top lane, and EG will lose a couple of heroes here. In the meantime, though, with Snake King missing, they do get to tier 1 bottom, so not all negative outcomes for EG. Silence up on Sumail, and he does end up getting off the Spike Carapace once again. Flea, though, this time has the dust. And the arrow and the boulder smash will connect. Now the charge through 3 from Crit. They're going to get off the dual breath as well. Fear coming through with the chilling touch. Cold feet is there. The bash will finish off the lich. Now the nether strike coming through. Flea will drop as well. Fear a little bit deep here. 747 has an arrow available. Charge though going to come through. One more right click is going to be there for Crit. Crit may end up falling for this, but well worth it even if he does. Does not have the empowering haste. Going to turn for the bash, try and get it. Now he's into the trees. Will stick up. Looking for the juke. Cold feet proc will be there, and Crit will charge away. EG as Liquid Fire takes out the tier 1 as well for Universe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Does not get the Savage Roar off in time. He will get it off onto the back line, but now Flea rolling through gets the Science off. Boulder Smash is there. Infest will finish off our tour. Sumail will get the Courier and makes a retreat. A hasty one at that. Dire Vision does not see any of these heroes, and Radiant Vision similarly has nothing on the enemy, but they do get the Arteezy Lone Druid. He's actually opted for a Mask of Madness here to try and catch up. Ice Path, Macropyre, Nether Strike, gonna catch Snake King. A lot of damage, and they charge through the back line as well. Nicely played by Crit. Vacuum will be there onto Crit, and they will find the return kill. But again, big commitment in this top lane right now for VGJ. They'll end up trading Crit. Bottom Fear. Welp. It's an Ancient Apparition here. And he will end up dropping. Not sure if Fear realized the actual hero was there. But yes, like I was saying, Arteezy has opted for the Mask of Madness to try and claw his way back into this game. Ooh, dust pop by Flea, but it's just out of range. It may have given them a false positive here on Sumail, but he misses the Impale. Hardest skill to hit in the game. And will not be able to kill off the Air Spirit. Now he's in trouble as Spike Carapace is down, taking some big right clicks from the Lifestealer. Coming through with the leap into the arrow and the Starstorm. Nice. Rioya will finish off Sumail. Last, just shy of killing off Flea, as he'll be able to shrine up. Oh no. Smoke pop by Sumail. They don't have detection just yet. Stanking will now get it off, and they get the boulder smash, but another strike flying through. Vacuum is there. Ice blast flying from far. Hits onto 2 from Fear. Now the charge through. They're going to find Flea. Even Arteezy is joining this one. Sumail still alive, but does end up dropping. Now snaking around. They get the Yule Scepter up onto him. Macropire Ice Path will connect onto 2. They get the Savage Roar off as well. Snaking in a lot of trouble. He's going to drop to the last right click of Arteezy. Ritsu out by his lonesome now. Shrine is down. And they'll try to chase forward for this lifestealer. Crit gonna find him, gets the charge off here. Respawn timers are relatively low, but 747 has no mana to get into this fight on the Mirana, and they will finish off the lifestealer on the backlines. It's a double kill for Arteezy, who a moment ago was relatively far behind the other cores in the game, and now is pretty much at parity with the lifestealer and even ahead of the 747 Mirana. Yeah, they maybe felt they could fight around the shrine there, but didn't have the presence of the Mirana, so that's a lot of their damage missing, and certainly reared its ugly head for VGJ.Storm's side. And as you mentioned, a little bit of a lead generated here by the EG side. 4K in the way of net worth. Take a look at experience. It's pretty much even VGJ.Storm with a very slight lead. Fleet has a role available. He's going to be infested up. Universe, not an easy target to kill as he does have the Yules. Ice Blast will connect onto 2. Fleet absolutely melts, and the bear getting low here, but the Nether Strike going to keep Ritsu off of it. Savage Roar stops him as well, and he'll be brought down. Snake King in trouble. Chilling Touch right click is going to be there from Fear. Arteezy not able to bring down Stanking, and once again 747 not present, but they're stalking him. They're going to catch him with the charge. Sumail comes through as well. He gets the impale off. Mana Burn is there. Ice Path keeps him in place, and a mega kill for Universe. We talked about this Jakiro being one of the tankier heroes on the map in this one, and having the Yule Scepter there allows him to survive. The silence from Flea has been enough mostly in this early game to net them kills, but up against the Yule Scepter, the Jakiro, they are punished.
Yep.
All look alike to you.
Snake King's been spotted top lane, and Sumail waiting for the charge, gets the mana burn off. He'll wait for the charge patiently. Ice Blast will finish off the Darkseers. Arteezy finished up the Maelstrom and has propelled his way to the top of the net worth chart as his team, like you said, as is the intention, creating space for him in this early game. And EG with the Nyx, Jakiro, Spirit Breaker trio have just been pressing the advantage against the VGJ.Storm side ever since minute 0 with the first blood.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.